Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel.
This is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast. What do you have for me today?
I guess, yeah. All right. I don't know if I want to start with that, but here we are. So a few episodes back, I want to say actually about maybe 20 episodes ago, which I know seems nuts.
It's weird to even say. I feel like we just started doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to release 2 episodes a week, and that became a lot.
That was a lot, and it was hard for us to manage.
It was. And then we cut back to
one
a week, and that we've been able to hold that.
Yeah, except for we did go on a vacation. We know we left you guys high and dry. I know a couple listeners had said, "What? Where you guys were? Like, what were you guys at? Like, what were you doing?"
Yeah.
So, fun fact, we were on vacation. So, but we have a more planned out vacation, so we will not hopefully let that happen again. We'll plan ahead.
Yeah.
And we'll record a couple in a night if we have to.
Yeah, and our Spotify listening base has grown a little bit. So for those of you sharing our podcast, thank you.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been growing pretty slowly, but it is growing. So,
that's cool. Keep on telling people. I hear the people that I do talk to say like, "Oh yeah, I told my friend about this." I'm like, oh, sweet.
It is pretty cool.
Please. Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
We got some sweatshirts though. I do have to shout that out because that's so cool.
Yeah, we'll probably post them this week as you're listening to the podcast.
Yes, it's just simple embroidery.
Super simple.
It's from Etsy shop. I guess I could look them up. I want to say it's like a creative embroidery company, but super simple. It just says, "Didn't anyone mention podcast?" Just embroidered on here. Crew necks. They're super nice, simple. I've already spilled my drink on it. So, if you know me, I have a hole in my lip. You know the saying. It's super cool to see our podcast on a sweatshirt.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, we ordered them for Miguel and I, but hopefully in the future we'll be able to get that rolling and do something with that. So that'd be super cool.
Well, let's get into it, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, before we get into it, I want to let people know that Sam and I just came back from a party.
Yes, a murder mystery party.
Yes, we've had a couple drinks, but here we are.
So it was a lot of fun. It was good. We have great friends, great family.
Yeah, it was a good time. So let's get into it, shall we?
Yes.
So about 20 episodes ago, we did an episode on Skin-Walker Ranch.
Okay, I just want to know, did you look up what episode we did it on?
No.
No, you just are guesstimating?
I'm guesstimating. Okay. But I if my memory rings true, it was episode 17.
Dang, that's like a pretty strong memory.
Should we go look?
We can. I can't because...
Oh, you were correct.
Yeah. My phone plays music for our daughter when she sleeps, so I can't check. But Miguel can check for us.
I'm actually on airplane mode, so...
Oh, well...
I can check on my laptop.
You guys can check for us.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with 17.
We're just going to go with that. Yes, I did that one. Skin-Walker Ranch.
Yeah, but when I was doing this episode, I was thinking about that we never really got into Skinwalker history, Skinwalker lore.
We got into it a little bit.
So what do you remember of it?
That it's pretty much Native American background where I don't want to say conjured, but they brought them to protect their lands almost.
Not even close.
Not even. Whatever. It was Native American.
Okay, you got the Native American part.
But they were taking over land or something.
Not even close.
Dang. So.
Yeah, the Skinwalkers. So I have a little bit of history on these guys.
Cool.
So, first and foremost, apparently you're not supposed to talk about them too much.
Oh, great.
I know. It's just fantastic.
We'll just keep it brief.
We'll keep it brief. They were originally, they were made famous by a guy named Clyde. Oh, what's his name? We'll get to him.
Gronk. No, I'm joking.
Clyde Gronk.
Gronk?
So this actually takes place pretty close to home from us.
I knew that because it was Utah, right? Skinwalker Ranch. And also, I feel like
Ranch.
a lot of Skinwalker is Idaho, Montana.
It's actually in the Navajo region. It's what
so
made it popular. But skinwalkers across all Native American tribes exist.
So what are you saying area-wise?
So I'm taking...
Okay, tell me where.
At the end of this, I have 2 stories that take place in the Sawtooth Mountains.
Oh, so that's what you're saying. Okay.
Within 30 minutes.
Whatever. I don't want to hear it.
I
don't want to hear it.
Bro.
I'm out of here. Checked out.
Some of these stories... Dude, when I tell you these stories...
I have seen TikToks on it where I straight up...
You don't understand.
You know what? They could be using a filter, but have you seen them where the dog is acting weird?
Yeah. Dude.
Hopefully that came across right, but I was gagging.
Dude, some of these stories, when I was reading them, I was getting chills. Like, I did not want to continue reading.
I know. But in fact, Miguel was researching this, and I was playing a video game, and he was, like, getting goosebumps. I could feel him next to him.
Dude, I was.
He was getting goosebumps.
So, skinwalkers is inherently freaking out. Like, the idea of them. It just
changes. Like, it's literally like it changes form.
Yeah, the idea of them, like, freak me out to the core. But at the end of this, I have a couple stories. Some encounters.
I already want to hear the stories. Dude. But I'm listening.
No, you don't.
I do. I want to hear them.
Okay, I was going to go on a run this morning, and I remembered the story when I woke up, and I was like,
whatever.
I'll stay here.
I don't even believe you.
Dude, okay.
Just kidding.
So skinwalkers, we're going to go into the history of them. Skinwalkers are generally considered to be made popular by the Navajo tribe. Mm-hmm. We know that, right? Although they did not, like, the tribe didn't want that to happen. Like, they didn't want them to be popular, the Skinwalkers. The Navajo tribe kind of wanted to keep them a secret. But an anthropologist named Clyde Cluckhon.
Clyde
Bixby.
What is that?
He is a racist. Dave Chappelle's racist.
Ah.
He's a black blind racist. Clyde Bixby.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's his name.
Okay.
But Clyde Cluckhon, in the 1940s, he visited a Navajo tribe and got a bunch of their stories and a lot of their lore, and he made skinwalkers famous through his book.
First off, I just want to pause you there. Could you imagine some Clyde coming into your home? You open him, you're like, oh, this guy needs some food, some shelter, some TLC.
Right.
You're going to tell him stories because, I mean, what else do you do around a fireplace and with no technology or anything? You're just being vulnerable. You're telling him stories about your life. He just fucking publishes, makes a ton of money off of it. Not even a ton of money, but you just, like, you tell
a ton of money.
You also tell their story when it's not your story.
Do you think that's wrong?
I don't know if it's necessarily wrong, but sometimes it's like, damn. Like, you just took that, like, you just freaking went for it. Like,
if they were going to publish it, somebody's got to, right?
Yeah, but what if they didn't know how to read and write the way that he did?
That's a good point.
Which, I'm not saying they didn't, but, like, I couldn't, grammatically write a book, I think, as well as somebody else,
Fair enough.
So, even, like, nowadays, like...
I get where you're coming from.
So, like, I'm not saying, like... Yeah, I'm not saying anything against what they were educationally wise, but it kind of sucks sometimes when you're like, dang, I just told this guy all my secrets, and he just went and, like, this. Yeah.
I'm trying to debate
especially if they didn't want it to be told.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in my mind right now if that's right or wrong, because I didn't think about that.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, dang, that kind of sucks.
But what do you think it is, right or wrong? You can't be in the middle.
I
mean, it's either more...
Gray is a color.
No, it's not.
I'm a gray kind of gal, you know? I'm not a...
That just means you're indecisive. Which one is it?
No. Whoa. Are we going to get into this debate on here? I don't think you can be. I think you can be a darker gray and a lighter gray. I think there can be a lot of different things. It's hard, especially when I come from a lot of manager backgrounds. And there's a lot of different scenarios that you have to take into account. And it just depends. And if this guy wanted to tell that story, I get that. But
okay,
I would have at least, I don't know the whole story, but if he would have asked permission, I would say 100% green light. But I don't know that, so it's a yellow light for me.
Okay, let me give you the facts that I know.
Okay,
you can decide from there.
Tell me who you were.
1940s, he showed up to the Navajo tribe.
Okay.
He hung around with them for maybe 2 weeks, and
2 weeks ago.
Gathered their stories, gathered their culture.
Did he tell them, hey, I'm here to gather information?
No.
What did he go there for?
He was an anthropologist, so study of people.
So they knew that?
Possibly. I can't...
I bet you anything, he was like, you know what? I want to understand you guys. I want to understand what your culture is. I want to understand what your beliefs are.
Okay, let's roll with that then.
Yeah.
So they knew he was there for that.
Green light.
Green light. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay. I think if you're transparent, so communication. I'm a big communication gal.
Communication gal.
I'm not a communications major by all means, but I want you to communicate with me.
Bro, I'm a communications major. Beep beep boop beep 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 beep. I'm fucking already there.
No, you're not. Okay.
Dude.
Beep
beep beep beep beep beep beep beep beep beep beep.
Okay. Tell me about Conrad. What's his name?
Clyde, thank
you. Conrad. I was just hoping for the best.
So it's his story that really brought skinwalkers into the limelight in the U.S.
Clyde. Dang, what a guy's name.
It's his book. I don't know the name of his book. I didn't even look it up.
You goobers.
But it was his book on the Navajo tribe that brought skinwalkers pretty much to light, right?
But you also have to think about how many different skin changers, morphing, like, lore.
It's funny that you mentioned that.
That's what I'm saying. That's just their take on that.
Yes. So there's a lot of them.
There's so many. I know that for a fact.
Around the world.
Oh,
so
the entire
just
world.
to name a couple.
Tell me.
There's vampires into bats. Right? That's a classic. Right? There's another one that comes from Scotland. That's a selkie. You ever heard of a selkie?
Mm-mm.
A selkie is... they almost look like mermaids, dude. But they transform...
Sirens?
Similar.
More similar to sirens and mermaids. Do they lure people to their death?
Hold on, I have it on here. I don't have it on here, but
that's okay.
A selkie.
Tell me what a selkie
is. Okay, so I would say it's more of a siren.
Okay.
So it's a siren. It's a seal that can turn into a human, right? But when they turn into the human form, they're straight baddies. They got big booties, big chest. They're known to be extremely attractive. You fall in love with them as soon as you set your eyes on them.
Siren, yeah.
Yeah, it's called a selkie in Scotland.
Siren selkie? It's pretty damn close.
Dude, it's just a terrible game of telephone, to be honest.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's how I feel a lot of lore is. A bad game.
Yeah, I believe that.
Bad game of telephone.
So that's just a couple to name off, right? So it's not uncommon for Native American tribes across the world. I don't want to say Native Americans, that doesn't sound right. But I would say indigenous tribes. Does that sound right? We'll roll with that.
Yeah.
Indigenous tribes across the globe.
The
OGs. To have a lot of lore.
Yeah.
A skinwalker, a transformer.
They were here. They knew what was going on around here.
Right.
Yeah.
Not uncommon, which is so crazy because we did episodes on little people and they popped up
That's everywhere.
everywhere.
Well, yeah, we even talked about it in St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
How it's even in Ireland. Like, they have them everywhere.
Dude, it makes you wonder. Like, seriously.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I think that's a part of why, like, religion can be really hard for me.
Why?
Like, for at least the religion that I grew up with, is because, like, Greek mythology. You know, if anybody knows, I love it. It's like I live for it. It just makes the most sense to me because I feel like it covers everything. Like, you got the little people, you got the morphing, you have, like, or I guess skinwalking and, like, the changing of the forms and things like that. And to me, it always made the most sense of somebody was in charge of the water and somebody was in charge of the sky. But more, like, if you look at it in a global aspect, yes, Christianity is everywhere,
right,
but all these other little things are everywhere too.
Right.
So why is that bigger than the other? That's what always, like, it just makes you think. Like, what's up? Like, it's just, like, and I don't think there's also any one thing that's right to believe in. It's just, why not be curious? Why not do some research? Why not, like, listen to a podcast or something about it?
I like thinking about...
Make your brain think.
Yeah, I like thinking about what was there before Christianity, before the Crusades.
Because there was.
Like,
before Christianity?
Pretty much our history takes place when Crusades and Christianity really took place. And it's like, man, they could really write history however they wanted to. And it's...
Well, think about how they write history now. They write it however they want.
I think I was reading somewhere that history, like, you could take two periods of time, let's say World War II.
Yeah.
And you read it from the U.S. side versus, for instance, the German side.
There's always two sides.
Very different.
There's always two sides to a story. If not 3, 4, 5.
And it's so crazy.
It is weird because...
I wish it was standardized across the world. But at the same time, somebody's controlling it. And that's where the issue comes. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, we can go into a whole...
conspiracy. Yeah, I don't even know how we got to where we did.
We kind of have little tinfoil hats, if you guys can't tell.
All the fucking time I do.
And it's just because we like thinking. We are thinkers. We like to, just what if? We're what if. Even though I've never seen the Marvel's What Ifs.
Yeah.
Did we even watch it? We never watched those. I love Marvel and I've never watched the What Ifs. Just doesn't...
Yeah, we have.
I have never have.
But anyways, let's get back on skinwalkers. So, skinwalkers, we'll take it to the Blackfoot tribe, which is in East Idaho. You know where Blackfoot is?
I know Blackfoot is.
Right,
yeah.
Blackfoot.
So how far is that from, like, Pocatello?
I want to say it's like 25 to 35 minutes north.
I know it's over there, but I don't know where it's at.
So from Boise, it's probably like a little under 4 hours away.
Cool. Okay.
So Blackfoot tribe. We'll roll with that because I'm trying to keep it kind of centralized here. Because there's so many skinwalkers across so many tribes. So the Blackfoot tribe.
Crazy.
The Blackfoot tribe did have skinwalkers. They had them in their tribe.
Oh, so they were a part of the tribe.
Yeah.
Or,
but
like, you mean like they were like a part of the tribe, or they were like outside?
They had tents, lived inside.
Oh, so they were like a part of the society. Yeah. Okay, cool.
But they were just people. They're just regular people, part of the economy inside the tribe.
Werewolves.
But the skinwalkers weren't transformative. What they were,
dormant?
they were just hunters. But when somebody was injured or hurt, they wore the pelts of, let's say, yellow bear in the Blackfoot tribe. They would wear the pelt of a yellow bear, and they would do ritualistic dance and song.
What's a yellow bear?
It's just a bear.
I've never heard of a yellow bear.
I don't know. It's just what I read.
Okay.
I'm not sure what. I'm pretty. It might have been a sun bear or something, which is I think black.
That's the same thing. It's a black bear. Yeah.
But they wore these pelts. They were pretty much fully flesh, so Their paws would be around their hands and their legs, right? And they would dance and sing around people that were injured in order to heal them. But these skinwalkers, they were... Hey, we just had to pause it because our light died and then our fan turned on out of nowhere. Yes. So we're just going to continue on.
Yeah, it's okay. I did a couple breathing exercises.
Yeah, we're good.
But remind me where we were because I've already...
So, skinwalkers, what they were in the Blackfoot tribe, they were just shaman. They were just healing people.
That's what I was gonna say. They sound like shamans. They don't really sound like skinwalkers.
Yeah, they would just heal people, and they would usually get money for their healing services, whatever it was.
Gotta get paid.
Right. And there was supposedly a few ways you could turn into the Navajo Skinwalker or whatever's considered the Navajo Skinwalker. So one, I'm sure you know this. I'm pretty sure it came up in Supernatural.
Supernatural or Vampire Diaries, because I think either in both. You have, like, if you are the cost of a life. That was always one.
That's a classic, but it's deeper than that. So if you kill a family member...
Yeah, it's like if you cause the death of someone. So, family member or, like, a friend. Usually that's what it ends up being.
Yeah.
So, I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so family member or friend.
But it's like, in Vampire Diaries, a kid accidentally, like, is like, whoever watched Vampire Diaries, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But he's a werewolf, and how it gets activated, like, he has that gene, but when it gets activated, it's when he takes the life of someone, which he is drunk with a bunch of friends, and he accidentally, like, pulls, like, a thing out of a girl's hand, and she falls down the stairs and, like, breaks her neck. Like, it's an accident, but it's, like, it's an accident, 100%, but he's still technically, it's her fault. Mm-hmm. So, but she, like, wakes up. So, actually, it's not that one. But he ends up taking one later. But that's the whole concept. I'm pretty sure in Supernatural it's the same concept. Like, same idea. They accidentally kill someone. But you're saying it's an actual family member, not just a random person.
So they kill a loved one while wearing the Skinwalker regalia. So, a pelt.
While wearing it, they kill someone. Okay.
And then, or the other is they transform you in a ceremony. But there is very little out there on how to transform into a skinwalker. Like, I couldn't find anything.
I mean...
Apparently there's, like, a ceremony with blood, song, dance that can have you transform.
But why would there be a lot out there? Because then everybody could just do it.
Right.
Furries would be all over it.
Furries? You say furries?
Furries.
LOL.
They'd be like, this is my chance.
Just a little fox play. Look at me.
Oh my god. Dude, I hate when you send me those videos.
I think it's so funny. And then the last one is, instead of pulling from good energy to heal people, they start pulling from evil energy.
Ooh.
Whether they come from the same place.
I think,
but it's your state of mind.
There's good and bad energy. No matter what. Religion, whatever, there's good and bad energy.
Right.
And that's you as a person.
Yeah.
If you are going to be a positive person or a negative person, that is genuinely you as a person. And it's with religion or not.
Yeah.
Simple as that. That's what I believe in.
Yeah. And so those are the three ways you can turn into one. But the
negative Nancy, a killer, or somebody
that's not
blood.
Yeah.
Cool. To simplify it for you guys.
Yeah. And the creatures that we think of today, they're evil. They're the evil ones, and in order to stay alive, they need to feed.
Correct. Werewolves need a heart.
Right.
A live heart.
And they have a
Vampires need blood.
Yeah, they have a deep hunger.
Deep hunger. Some hunger that's almost never satisfied.
Right. And they use animal claws.
Okay, what's another one?
What?
Werewolves, vampires, I feel like there's another one.
Silky.
A siren. I don't know.
Another one.
I feel like there's one more that I'm not... Halloween. What am I trying to think of?
Werewolf?
A witch? No.
Skinwalkers are considered witches.
Maybe it is a witch then. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another one, but I'll let you guys know later.
But yeah, the Skinwalkers, they have a deep hunger. And our light just went out once again. Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think when it was wired in, I think it's just a short, because it started doing this after about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Or I would even say longer.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, either way, it's something that we need to figure out. So.
But so yeah. Anyways, they have a deep hunger, and they use animal calls, human calls, whatever, to lure unsuspecting critters to eat, right? And they devour you. Pretty simple, right? Nothing crazy. That being said, I already told you about this. We talked about the skinwalkers being pretty global. Like the idea of skinwalker, they're global. You have vampires, you have the Slavics, putting in the Selkies. They're all over the place, right? So now I have my first encounter.
Dang, dude.
Are you ready?
I mean, you better get it out.
Okay, so this one freaked me out quite a bit. Okay, so this one takes place in the Sawtooths. Specifically, I want to say north of, oh my gosh, where is that place? It's not American Falls. Oh my gosh, where is it?
Idaho Falls?
No, it's next to Anderson Ranch. It starts with an A. Anderson Ranch Reservoir. Just south of that place. It starts with an A.
I have no idea.
Fuck me. I can't remember the name.
Alan knows American Falls.
American Falls? That's too far east.
I have no idea.
Anyways, it's just south of Anderson Ranch Reservoir. It starts with an... Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot.
Do you want to look it up?
No, it's all right. But it's over that way.
Okay.
So, November 2021, a group of 10 go camping in the Sawtooths. They were just up there. No issues. They've been up there before. No problems. No issues, right? Everything went well through the day. They ended up splitting up at night to 2 groups of 4 where they were in tents. 2 tents of 4 people, right? And then 2 people just outside of camp where they had hammocks set up. Individual hammocks. So 2 hammocks out there, right? And the night goes as usual. They party it up. They probably drink a little bit. And
I mean, it's camping.
Right. And the guy estimates around 1 a.m. or so. It was just maybe 30 minutes after they decided to turn in for the night. And his buddy in the other hammock, he was one of the guys in the hammock. His buddy in the other hammock starts screaming in the middle of the night, like blood-curdling screams.
First off, I would never camp in a hammock.
I've done it once.
I know. I would never do it.
Why?
One less layer of protection. I'm just saying. I know it's a tent and you can cut straight through it, but hey, I like glamping.
Fair enough. But his buddy starts panicking, screaming. And he gets up in this panic, and his buddy, the guy wakes up and he goes, "What the hell?" And he goes over to his buddy. And his buddy he could tell he's having like a vivid dream or something. Like, something's not right. So he wakes his buddy up, right? So now both the hammock guys are up. And he tells him, the buddy that was screaming tells him that he saw a tall, slender creature trying to break into the car. And hold on, I'm trying to read the story real quick.
Okay, no, you're good.
Trying to break into the car, and oh, okay, I'm sorry. So he tries to break into the car, but the creature has all of his friends' heads on a stick around the car.
Oh, weird.
So he's seen that before, right? But the writer of the story ends up calming his buddy down, saying like, "Hey, it was just a bad dream. Go back to bed."
Yeah.
So they wrap up in their hammock. They try to go back to bed, and not 5 minutes later, somebody else in the tent starts doing the same thing. Starts screaming, saying, "No, don't take me. No, don't take me. No, not me," or whatever it was. And the guy ends up waking up the rest of the camp, so not everybody's awake. And dude, I'm getting chills just thinking about this.
I hate this.
And the guy ends up waking up the rest of the camp, and they end up talking a little bit, and they all have similar stories. There's a guy or a tall, slender creature circling this car, trying to get in with heads on a stick, right? Turns out one of the guys didn't make it into his tent, and they slept in the car. And he was half awake when he heard somebody scratching the car and try to open the handle.
No.
Try to open it up.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
And he also saw somebody running around the car, just in circles.
In circles?
In circles around it.
Oh, goodness. That's awful.
The poster of the story has gone back several times, and he's like, I haven't experienced anything like that. But I'm like, bro, why would you go back?
I wouldn't go back.
So that's the first story up in the Idaho mountains.
Okay.
And this is the whole story here.
Okay.
This one gives me the creeps, dude.
You said the other one gives you the creeps. It gives me the creeps.
This one, I'm going to read you the whole story here. It says, I live in Idaho, and for the past 10 years, I've seen a fucked up coyote creature. Its face is all twisted up, saggy, with super wide eyes. He hobbles sideways. He has, I think I might have switched first hand, second hand, third hand, whatever it was. First or third hand. He has seen him twice in Hidden Springs. So you know where that is? Yeah, Hidden Springs. Once in Mountain Home, Cascade, and twice in Twin Falls. He's convinced that this creature is waiting to hurt him, and the last time he saw him was in Hidden Springs. So one morning he was out to pick up his buddy to go to a camping trip. It was about 4 a.m. and he pulled over because his tire light came on. And oh fuck, dude, I'm getting chills already.
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Dude, why are you out?
Bro, that's early.
Early? Yeah.
Especially out there. Anyways, he pulls over. He has his high beams on, right? And he goes around. It's on his passenger front. And he goes over, checks his tire over, and his high beams, he estimates about 100 yards or so. He sees the coyote creature. And he sees them, and he's looking at him, right? And the coyote has a grin, but not like a regular animal grin. It goes from like ear to ear, like up.
That's gross.
Just fucked up, right? But the guy, he had a gun on him, which is just a little .22 with one bullet. That's all he had. And
Bro, how do you only have one bullet in it?
Especially for being a .22, like you'd expect more, right? So I think he just added this for effect, or maybe it wasn't even true. Who knows? I'm gonna go with it's not true because this shit's fucking creepy. But he pulled out his gun and started pointing to it, screaming at it, saying like "fuck off, get out of here!" And the coyote's grin just got deeper, and he started hobbling sideways toward him. And the guy saw that his tire was halfway flat, saw this fucking thing crawling towards him. He was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. So he drove 7 miles to his buddy's house on a half-flat tire to fill it up at his friend's house. Because he did not want to fucking deal with that.
Well, okay. Is that the whole story?
That's the whole story.
Okay. I got a couple holes to poke.
Okay.
22.
Yes.
That's not a pistol.
It can be.
It can be.
Yes.
Okay. First off, how do you only have one round in it?
It might have been that's a tough one.
I don't understand that, because even if you wanted to, like, even if he was like, oh, I was just shooting today and like practicing or whatever.
But it was 4 a.m.
That's what I'm saying. If I was out, like if I was going out and like, oh, I'm going to go camping or whatever, I'm going to have a loaded gun.
Fair enough.
You're telling me, you're like... Oh,
he doesn't say what he was going to go do.
Yeah, but still, even with your friend... Like, if I'm going to carry, I'm going to be a full freaking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're prepared enough to carry, I feel like you're prepared enough to have a full fucking
that's...
clip.
Yeah. 101 right there.
Like, that's... Like, I'm sorry, but I'm poking holes. I'm poking holes.
I'm poking...
And,
that should be another shirt that we have. I'm poking holes.
Dude. I'm just saying. If you guys want to buy a sweatshirt, let me know. Or a shirt.
Hopefully not for
holes. I like it.
D1 football team. They would not like that sweatshirt.
But oh my god. I know that last one I don't really. The other one I believe because I can think like, something's messing with your mind or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the first one, the second one. Yeah, I mean, you're saying that it's following you everywhere?
So this has happened over 10 years, yeah. That's what he said.
He's saying that the same fucked up coyote.
The same coyote. He's seen it all over. And so I gave you the summed up version of his post.
Yeah.
He was saying there's no way it could have followed him to Twin Falls because it looked like sick and weak. Mm-hmm. That it would not have made it down. I mean, Twin Falls is a good 170 miles away.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, why would it transform into a sick creature if it had... I don't know. I just feel like that doesn't make sense.
I agree.
So, I'm poking holes in that one.
Okay.
So, but, I mean, if he was like, oh, I saw this once, like, I'd be like, oh, yeah, shit. I don't know. But even then I'm like, okay, well, what if it's just a fucked up coyote that lost a battle with someone
in multiple areas,
but survived,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's pretty interesting. Okay.
So that's pretty much what I got for you today.
That's pretty cool though. I like it.
I hope we never have to talk about these again.
Yeah,
because
we don't have to.
They creep me out.
Yeah, I mean, half the stuff we talk about creeps me out.
Fair enough. All right. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Toodaloo, buckaroo.